The siege of High Ercall Hall in High Ercall, Shropshire, England took place during the English Civil War. There were a total of 3 sieges. In each the hall was held by Royalists, Cavaliers, and besieged by Parliamentarians, Roundheads. The final and longest siege took place from July 1645 to March 1646, when the Cavalier commander surrendered the hall to the Roundheads. History of the building. High Ercall Hall, in the village of High Ercall, was a fortified 13th-century manor built by the Ercall family. In the 17th century the estate was owned by the Newport family and a new mansion had been built in 1608 for Richard Newport alongside the older house. Siege. The Newports were prominent Royalists and during the English Civil War by Lord Newport. Sir Richard was raised to the peerage in 1643. Garrisoned the hall for the king with 200 troops. A large earthen bank was raised over the north and northwest curtain walls to provide a defence against cannon and musket fire. Between 1644 and 1646 the house was besieged 3 times by parliamentary forces. The first siege caused damage to the nearby church and resulted in the loss of the drawbridge, but ended with a parliamentarian withdrawal. The second siege ended when the now reinforced garrison again beat off the parliamentarian attack. The third siege, however, which started in July 1645, proved to be decisive. The parliamentary forces were now in a position to effect an artillery bombardment of the buildings and, in spite Lord Newport arriving with more reinforcements, the Royalist commander, Sir Vincent Corbett, surrendered on 28 March 1646. Under the terms of surrender the 212 surviving members of the garrison were allowed to leave for the Royalist city of Worcester. 40 of the cavalry were allowed to keep their arms, but the rest of the garrison had to leave their arms behind along with all the other material, of which there was a great plenty. The new building, erected in 1608, was severely damaged in the shelling. Only a fragment of the loggia remains as a short row of arches in the garden of the older house. With the loss of High Ercall, Ludlow was the only garrison in Shropshire left in the control of the Royalists, and it fell in May of that year. See also, Shropshire in the English Civil War. Notes. British Museum. 1867. High Ercall. The garrisons of Shropshire during the Civil War. 1642–48. Shrewsbury. Leake and Evans. pp. 44–48. English Heritage Staff. 4 January 1952. Ercall Hall. List entry number 1,187,259. The National Heritage List for England. English Heritage. Endnotes. Country Life. 21 February 1920. Manganello, Stephen C. 2004. The Concise Encyclopedia of the Revolutions and Wars of England, Scotland, and Ireland, 1639–1660. Illustrated Dead. Scarecrow Press. p. 253. ISBN 9780810851009. Ridgway, Rob. 18 July 2009. Ercall at War. Ercall Magna. A Brief Journey Through Time. Retrieved November 2012. Further reading. Doomsday Reloaded. D Block GB 356000-315,000. Civil War High Ercall. BBC. 1986. English Heritage Staff. 2007. Pastscape. Ercall Hall. Id. 70,291. National Monuments Record. English Heritage Notes. Transactions of the Shropshire Archaeological and Historical Society. 4. 7. 139 ff. 1918 1919. Includes illustrations. The Castles and Old Mansions of Shropshire. 1868. p. 48. Illustration. Field Investigators Comments F1 ASP. The 11th of August 1965. List of buildings of special architectural or historic interest. Doe. HHR. District of the Wrekin-Salop. April 1983. pp. 82-83. Medieval Village Research Group Annual Report. MARMVRG Report 7. 1980. pp. 51-58. Transactions of the Shropshire Archaeological and Historical Society. 62. M.C. Hill. 1979-80. Time Team. First aired 24 February 2002. High Ercall, Shropshire. Time Team. Season 9. Episode 8. www.tv.com. Time Team. 16 May 2012. High Ercall, Shropshire. Channel 4. Whatley, Peter. The 22nd of July 2012. High Ercall Hall. The Gatehouse contains a bibliography.